Welcome back to Starfield, everyone, and welcome back to this ugly monstrosity we stole in the last episode. We can definitely do some work on that later on, but we need to get back to a spaceport for that, and we've also got to get more money because at the moment we haven't got a lot of funding. We've rescued Ella at the end of the last episode, or saved him because he was injured. He's now one of our members of the crew. And we've also recruited Lynn as well. Both those are going to be good when we start up an outpost, but that's not going to be in this episode. We will get round to it eventually, so I do want to look into it. Some of the outpost stuff you can do is really great. So we've got to head to Vessel 3. That's our last track of where Barrett is. So we said we need to be using the suppressed weapon. Somebody's firing at somebody. It shouldn't really be me. Because I'm eating? Oh. Sarah. Okay. Let's our caution go off and let's move just round.
Show me what you've got.
Just try and flank into a different position. Because I saw our bullets coming from that direction, so we need to go to a different direction. Okay, let's have a look and see if we can see anybody around. Something at the top up there, but I can't see that far with this short scope. There's a turret there. I can see somebody behind over there, pirate.
It's the wrong day to piss me off.
Let's try and take the turret out.
I'm hit.
As you see, our weapons aren't great at the moment.
Come on.
Okay, let's just quickly get that challenge done. Just so I don't forget about it. Let's finish this turret off. Okay, so we've got 25 of 50. There's somebody right at the very top. I might be able to go around the back and flank them. Let's try and move to a different position again.
Damn it, I'm blind.
Again, I want to get a couple of these challenges done before I enter the base, just in case we get some level ups, we can start on the next level of them. Okay, let's move over here. Is there anybody we can see? Because there was definitely somebody wandering around on the bottom area. There he is over there. Is that his head? No, I can't get from him from this position. Definitely somebody at the top there, so I can go around and flank them first, possibly. Okay, so it was that one there I can see in the red. Just need to wait so my oxygen comes back so I can try to slow the... Okay, I need a better position, I just can't get in from here. Okay, and I think I've just got my boost pack training. I want to get to the guy at the top of that crow's nest first. There he is, I can see him.
Let's do this.
Yeah, I'm definitely out of range for this gun.
Wasn't expecting to cliff dive today.
We haven't got loads of ammo left for this silence version, and then I'll have to switch over to, I think it's the Grendel, the other one. Yeah, the Grendel's the one where I've got all the ammo for. Could do with trying to get a silenced Grendel, or change that to semi-automatic, which we mentioned in the last episode. We still need silence kills, so we'll keep the silence weapon on for now.
The heck?
I need to try to see him before he sees me.
You can't hide from me.
Considering I give a chameleon to Sarah, she's still getting noticed quite a lot.
Hey, you're mine.
I thought that was in there. Oh, that's Sarah. I couldn't recognise her. Ah, he's up there. Okay, let's just move out the way. I'm going to change to the other weapon.
This is gonna end badly for you.
Okay, we've got one more health bar to take off him. The enemies are extremely tanky in this game. Come on, where's he gone?
Coming at ya!
Okay, my health's nearly gone. That was a lot of damage I took. Let's see if I have any food just to help it out a bit. What affliction have I got? Let's have a look. Lung damage I can't do a lot about. Let's have a look and see if I've got anything to deal with that lung damage. That might be why my oxygen meter was going down so fast. Okay, eel paste or something like that. That's for treating burns. Concussion, heat stroke, hernia, lung damage. So it's an injector I need, and I've only got the one of them. Okay, what else have I got? That will give a good amount of health. And that gives 50% plus 50 damage resist, so we'll drink a beer. So at least that sorts our food and water out and should help us out. Yeah, I just need to let a bit more health come back before... Oh, he's at the top there, okay.
Damn it.
I think I got him in the head. Okay, he was a bit of a tough one. He didn't have a very good weapon on him, but he was doing a lot of damage to me. So what, veteran, which one's this? It's worse than ours in every way, so we'll still take it because it's a good amount of money. Like I said, guns and ammo are our main form of currency in this game. Ooh, a purple, what's this? More thermal form, more energy risk, the same physical. Yeah, I think I'll be using that one. So what's our helmet? Oh, our health. It's just a basic deep mining at the moment. So yeah, we've got 2 legendary effects on it. We're about halfway to the next level as well. Just have a quick look around, make sure there's nothing else around here to loot. We've done him. And there's nobody else. So let's go back down into sneak. How was we doing on those sneak attack challenge? So it was undo this one, wasn't it? Physical. No, we didn't get any. Well, I can see a couple at the bottom, so let's have a try and see if we can get... Okay, we're in danger, so let's move to a different position. Because again, we can't get sneak attacks if we're in danger. And we just got to find out where they are. Oh, that's easy if they try and shoot at us, because we can roughly see where they are.
You picked the wrong day to piss me off.
That's another one down. Still, there's a turret.
Show me what you...
Let's try and use a different weapon for the turrets. Again, this isn't really got a good sight on it. Let's switch back to the suppressed and see if we can see anybody else. There, we can see somebody there. Okay, he's down. There's a dead one there, and there's a couple of dead ones in that centre building. There's definitely somebody about, because I'm getting something on my brackets, but I don't know where they are. Have a quick look, see if I can see any movement. No. Okay, let's just take everything at the moment off the enemies. And like I said, we're just scanning around. That's a crafting resources, so we just pick up stuff like that. Got to go over there, but we know there were some enemies up here we shot, so let's see if we can get some loot off them. So there's definitely some detection of somebody. Unless there's another one up here which I haven't seen. No, it might not be this building. Okay. What have you got modified? Actually, that's the calibrated version by the looks of it, because it's the more damage one. So again, 6,000 for that, 1,800 for that, 1,900 for that. We won't get that full amount, not with our low stats at the moment. And another one there, 900s. Again, a couple hundred we'll get for these, up to 1,000. So it's worth it. This is where you get your money early game. And if I want to do upgrades to that ship, money's what I'm going to need. Okay, I can't see anything else in here. There is another roof up there. I'm under something. Might not be able to get through that way. Okay, so let's try a different route. No, I can't see anybody movement still. Just use stairs like a normal person. Anybody else I'm seeing? It could be just a turret or something that's still alive. I do need to change Sarah's outfit because every time I see her I think she's the spacer. And I keep going to shoot her. Okay, just some ammo, some crafting ingredients, some more ammo. Med pack that replenishes one of the ones we was using in that fight. Weapon case, nothing too spectacular, just a base resource. Well, a key, that sounds very useful for the outpost. What's in here? That's actually quite a nice lore giver. Got a shot. It's got a short scope on there. If that could have something like a silence on there, that's way better than anything we're using at the moment. So that could be my new go-to weapon, to be honest. So yeah, the ones we're using at the moment are 13 damage. That one we just picked up, the lawgiver. It does have a scope, so I can do sniping off it. It's got a bonus against robots, which again, that will help us out because we were struggling with them turrets just. So yeah, that's definitely going to go into my rotation, and I think it might be the one I want to equip now. Let's have a look at how good. That's actually not a bad sight. Oh, that was a good find. Still somebody around here. Ah, they might be below us. So I'm just looking around because I'm trying to find a safe or something to pick because I need one more for that challenge. Got to be a little sneaky. Okay. I think I'm okay. There's nobody shooting at me, so we might be good to VHS tapes. How much are they worth? Wow, those are actually worth some money. 655 each. And an old VHS player by the look of it. Okay, anything good on here? Because I need injectors. Not going to take a sandwich. I'll take the lager because that's damage resist. Nothing there I need. Combat knives, not really worth it. Let's see what's in the weapon case. Nothing, unfortunately. And there's a save to the left of me. So, you know the routine. I'll pick it and I'll bring you back when I've finished. Okay, and there's the last one now to complete it. But if you have a look at the bottom of the screen, we do get auto, so we can open up the really hard chest with that auto, what we've been slowly building up by doing these. And that gives us the challenge as well for security, so when we get a level up we can go to the next tier, because again I hate leaving loot behind. Okay, there wasn't a lot in the chest, but like I said, just for that challenge it's definitely worth it. Well, we've got the outpost key, so we can go into here. Doesn't seem to be anybody immediately. Like I say, I'm looking for more chests. How close was we on that level up? We haven't got any skill points saved, have we? No, we've got none saved. Okay, never mind. And I can't pick expert until I can get a level up, so maybe we can come back to that. Another outpost key, I'll take it just in case it's different to the one I've already got. And a med pack, which is the way we're keeping ourselves healed. Yeah, so like I said, I'm not 100% certain, except for that one safe there, which... Ah! I can open it now because of the outpost key. Modified. Nothing great in there, 750 credits and probably another couple hundred credits for the gun. Can't see where that other person is, so I'm just going to enter into here. Let's turn the light off and let's go back to the suppressed weapon. I have picked up a few rounds, so we've got a few on here now, about 238. Can't remember how many enemies was in here.
Oh yeah. There's no
Well, there's Barrett. I can hear him.
at all. Once you really start getting out there, the laws of physics kind of turn into suggestions.
You're pulling my leg again, right? That's the latest CBC. No exaggerations this time.
Let me think. Unicorn. Not kidding.
Wait. The mythical mare with the magic horn thing?
Okay, Barrett's there.
Come on. Was King Arthur riding on it too?
Okay, it was more of an extremophile in the vague shape of a horse. But my point still stands. You need an open mind out there. You go into the far reaches of space too tightly wound, your brain is just gonna pop like a soda can.
Okay. Some of the banter in this game, it is worth letting it play out. Now, being as though Barrett's not dead, I'm guessing probably going in guns blazing probably isn't the best thing to be doing. Might be worth just entering in there because it might be a conversation situation. If they was going to kill him, they would have killed him by now. Let's see what's in the weapon case. Nothing too great. Equinox, but again, 3 energy damage is just not that great. Some more ammo. Okay. If we're going to go into a talking situation, we need drugs. Anything that gives us persuasion. We should still have a couple of items on us. That gives me 12% persuasion. Have I got anything better? No, let's just take that 12%. Lasts for 5 minutes.
Holy shit. You actually found me.
I wish I could say this is the first time this has happened with Barrett. But, well, it isn't.
Well, this is turning into a regular Constellation party, isn't it? I should have brought drinks.
Yes, I don't know why, but yes.
Well, you didn't need to worry too much. Matsura the Grim here is actually a wonderful host.
No reason captivity should be unpleasant.
See, that's what I mean, Matsura. Real considerate.
I have enjoyed our time together, Barrett. But I can't just let you go with nothing to show for it. Is Constellation willing to pay ransom in exchange for this man's freedom?
We do have 4,000 on pretty... I think we do. I think we have about 10,000, so we can pay it if we want to. I could let Sarah speak for me, saying Constellation will pay it. But let's try the persuasion, because I do want to get that skill.
You want me to end all this with nothing to show for it?
I didn't come here looking for a fight.
Do I look like I care what happens to you?
Look, Barrett is more trouble than he's worth. A lot of pirates are already dead.
He does seem to be unusually skilled in that area.
You clearly get along with Barrett. You're friends.
He has been more entertaining than most hostages. Barrett has some good friends, it seems. Very well. You're all free to go.
It's been a real pleasure, Matsura. Really. And good luck out there with all the, you know, hurting people and taking their money.
Yeah, what is it?
Okay, let's see if there's anything that'll allow us to loot in here. Alien broth, let's just take that. Any big fancy chests or anything? Med pack I'll definitely take. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be anything else. Okay, time to leave. We already did the looting on the way in, so there shouldn't be anything left to loot now. Oh, we missed one there. Let's just consume that. Okay. Mission is now to go back up on top and go back to the lodge. So that's what we'll do.
Hell of a city, isn't it? There's nowhere else like it in the galaxy.
Okay, we can put our guns away now. And we're back at the lodge.
Don't mind bunking on the ship, but nothing is better than unwinding in your own quarters.
There is quite a few load screens in this game, as people are aware. I am cutting a lot of that out just to make the episodes a lot smoother.
Sorry for the wait, everyone. Got a little held up on Vectera.
Barrett, we were worried sick.
Well, some of us were.
I see what you did there, Walter. And I know you've been secretly crying into your piles of money just waiting for my return.
Actually, Walter has been complaining about you more than usual, which is always a sign when he's worried.
Don't start, Katri.
Wait, is that? And to think the first artifact was taking up dust on the library shelf. Now look at them all. You feel it a bit, can't you? Ever since I found the second one, had the visions. Being around them is just comforting. So hey, I'm still not 100%, plus I feel guilty dragging you into all of this. Why don't I stick around and help you get adjusted to the weird corners of the universe?
I think it's better if we go our own ways.
You don't want to get dragged down in the gravity of my genius. I get it. Let me know if you change your mind.
Okay, we get our level up. Now, I could have took him as a companion, but I do want to max out Sarah
Ever
first.
since I got here, this has felt like
Stolen
home.
many
And then as soon as I've got a affinity trait or I've done her story, then I'll switch over to somebody else. Barrett is
born yesterday, you know. I bet you have your
I was just listening to him. Barrett has got a fairly decent story involved in his character arc, so we will be doing that. So, next thing. We have just done the security challenge. It wasn't the stealth one, it was the social, wasn't it? No, social's the one for the security was at the end over here. So we've just completed the security one. If we take this, the next rank, I can now start doing expert locks. And then I will do the pick locking for that. And as soon as rank 3 is available, I will take that just so we can get into any. Again, the good thing with this is you can bang more attempts, so that auto hack at the bottom are really good on the master saves or expert, the really tough saves. So yeah, we'll be definitely taking this. It's going to take us a while to pick 15 locks to get the next rank. So in the meantime, we could do one of the other skills. So we haven't done that because that's shipping combat. We've done the boost pack training. I'm not worried about doing it anymore. That was just the base one I got with the character when I chose it at the start. Combat is probably going to be my next one because again, you just saw some of them shots taking multiple shots to kill people. Not great. And again, that persuasion, as soon as that one's available, I will be taking that one because every rank I do of this, I get better chances, so we can go from 10% to 20% to 30 to 50. And again, you saw how hard some of them challenges are. Okay, we just got into the gun shop and Sarah's just wants a word with me first, so I'm just bringing you back.
Remember our last conversation, when you told me the artifacts made you feel like you were being pulled across the entire galaxy? Well, It got me thinking. So I dove into our archives and started looking through Constellation's older journal entries. Just because I wasn't familiar with the experience you described doesn't mean the same might have been true for my predecessor.
You never mentioned your predecessor to me before.
Really? I'm surprised that I haven't. After reading those journals, all of the pleasant memories of my time spent with Aja just started flooding back.
Aja must have been quite an amazing person.
Ah, she absolutely was. Aja was the one that taught me the ropes at Constellation and took me under her wing as her protege.
The rookie being paired with the chair sounds awful familiar.
Hey, so I pinched a few ideas from my old boss. Can you blame me? At any rate, we logged quite a few discoveries together, but it was the actual journey that I cherished the most.
I can relate to that.
Exactly. For me, it was all about the quieter moments. There was nothing quite like sitting back and watching space bend while listening to Aja spin vivid stories to fill the time. Oh, I find that sort of cozy isolation the best way to really get to know someone.
So I've noticed.
I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. You know, all this talk about Aja reminds me that my time with her was a gift. I miss her dearly.
Sounds like you two are in love.
I respected her, and I considered her a dear friend, but we weren't in love. Had that been true, I would have resigned my post and moved to Parima 2 instead of remaining at Constellation. Come to think of it, if we're ever out that far, perhaps we could pay her a visit, and I could make proper introductions.
I'll do my best. I can make our journey just as pleasant.
Well, I don't expect you to be a carbon copy of Aja. Just be yourself. You see, it's clear that we share the same hunger to discover what's out there. And that, well, that's what intrigues me about you.
Well, you certainly have me all figured out.
Good. Then we're both on the same page. Anyway, that's all I had to discuss for now, so if you'd point the way, we can continue our journey.
Okay, let me go back to that selling. You can flirt with that, but I have another companion we haven't met yet, which I will be using as the one I want to flirt with. And again, it would go in well with doing the expansion as well. So that's going to be later on. We'll meet that said person. So let me do the selling and I'll bring you back again.
You're here because you...
Okay, so I've just sold everything off. We're not amazing on money. We're up to 50,000. So I didn't have that many weapons because again, we didn't go into massive amounts of combat. It was just basically a lot of running around. The next thing I want to do is there's a UC shop. If I can remember, somewhere over here we haven't visited yet. This UC place here, he has some quests.
I've always liked that statue. It's beautiful, isn't it? I wonder what the artist was trying to represent.
It's very nice, to be honest. But yeah, we didn't come here when we come here the first time, so let's go and speak to this gent.
Contrary to what he...
And we can do some, like, mercenary works as such. Sergeant Yumi.
Sarah, good to see you. Listen, I smoothed over that incident between Matteo and Rosa at the Sanctum. Well, hello. You hear about the job by any chance? The officer over there can help you with any bounty issues.
A job? Tell me about it.
Part-time security officer. The position's very flexible. You can basically work whenever you're available. No pressure. We've had some gaps in the schedule lately. Macy's out on maternity leave, Jose's on loan to Sidonia. When it rains, it pours type of situation. So really, we just need someone to fill the void. Interested?
Definitely. Just tell me what I need to do.
Well, first things first, I have to ask, do you have any security experience at all?
I've had a run-in with Crimson Fleet. Don't know if that counts.
It sure counts for something. I mean, you're alive. And resilience is definitely an important trait for any officer. Well, I think I've heard all I need. Your first assignment couldn't be easier. Go to Mast and check in with Agent Plato at Aegis. There was a package left at a dead drop, and they need UC security to handle it. He'll fill you in on the details.
Okay, what's MAST?
You know, MAST. The Military, Administrative, and Scientific Triumvirate. Giant building in the center of the city? Headquarters of the entire United Colonies? I really should have given you a more thorough interview.
You mentioned Aegis. Who are they?
Aegis? They're basically UC intelligence. They help identify threats to New Atlantis before they become problems. While we're separate departments, there are times we need to rely on each other, so it's important to keep a good working relationship. We do Agent Plato this favor, and maybe he'll toss us some intel when an investigation stalled. Tit for tat. You know how it works.
Why am I bringing the package here and not Aegis?
Well, just because you're bringing it here doesn't mean that's where it'll end up. As for why, you can ask Aegis. As far as I'm concerned, it's none of my business. Let me know if you have any questions.
Okay, so we got a little question there. If you're doing the mission for the lady in the bar at the very start where you have to break into the building at the back, you can come through here. And there's a locker room and you can find a key card in one of these lockers. And there's some people down here, but we'll speak to them later. So in the lockers here you can find a uniform or something. To be able to get into there. So again, there's a few things you can steal in here if you really want to steal. I've already got it. There it is, the security key card. You need to get into that building to be able to get the ingredients for the lady, what we did in episode 1, maybe episode 2. But again, this is a quick run quest and it's a little bit extra credits. And for the next thing I want to do, I want to go to Mast anyway. So if we want to upgrade our ships, the best weapons we can get is through the UC. You just have to do a couple of missions with them. And I think that's where we're heading to next. So we've already been to Mast. So we can fast travel there if I can find it on the map. Right at the very back there. So like I said, there's a whole lot of stuff we haven't found in the town yet or haven't visited. We will get round to that eventually. Okay, we're just going to the elevator behind her.
You needed something?
And let's find this. There is stuff in here you can steal and stuff if you want some extra money. There's some weapons. There's a weapon case and like a Can't remember if it's this floor where there's yeah, in the back here, there's a weapon case you can steal out if you're extremely careful. But that's not what we're here for.
I'm afraid the security of the United Colonies is every citizen's responsibility, but we try and do the bulk of the work.
I was asked by UC Security to pick something up.
Ah, right. You're Sergeant Yumi's recruit. You're taller than I expected.
Thanks, I guess.
Oh, it wasn't a compliment. Just an observation. In any case, let me fill you in. We have a dead drop that we think has been compromised. So I'd like someone from UC Security to handle the pickup instead. Take the package back to Sergeant Yumi, and he'll check it in as evidence before it gets routed back to Aegis.
What do you mean the location's been compromised?
We think non-UC affiliated groups have their eye on it, and are using it to identify field agents. Normally, we just burn the location, but we didn't get this intel until after the drop. So we're going to need non-Aegis personnel to do the pickup to cover our tracks.
Got it. Just tell me where to pick it up.
Take the NAT to the spaceport. There should be a Galbank ATM right next to the station. The package is taped under one of the benches. Grab it and deliver it to Sergeant Yumi and the job's done.
Your name is Plato.
No. My parents would never have been so presumptuous. Every agent who joins Aegis gets to choose a pseudonym, pending approval, of course. I chose this for myself when I signed on. I have, of course, since learned that I am not nearly as smart as I thought I was as a younger man. I suppose none of us are.
Okay,
Good
I'm
luck
happy with
the
that.
mission.
You can ask him a load of questions, but again, we're doing this to try and cut out a mole in the place, so if we start asking too many questions, we're going to look like we're not very trustworthy. I was going to speak to this gent here, but I've just remembered. If you look at our quest, we've already got the faction quests Supra et Ultra, which tells us to register. I'll just talk to him just to maybe he wants a follow-up from what the information he give us.
What can I do for you, applicant?
No. There's nothing regarding the lead he give us. So we'll go back for the train system this time. Back to the spaceport where we've been many a time. Not that way, we've got to go all the way around. Or if we've got a jetpack, we can jetpack off the side. Oh, if you've got a jetpack, you might as well use it. Let's just burn our oxygen because I need that for one of the quests. One of the challenges for our skills. I was nearly down on it anyway. Okay, so let's go to the spaceport. Looks like Sarah will catch the next train.
I've flown across most of the settled systems in all manners of spacecraft, and yet I still get sick on the Nat.
Okay, so we need to find this dead drop place, which is apparently this one here, right by the... Okay, retrieve the package, and because we're at the spaceport, the UC's only just round the corner, so I'll just run straight there. Let's just run out of O2 just while we're doing this as well. Some of the challenges aren't that great to do and very repetitive, but some of them are quite fun.
How's the investigation going? Still have questions? Go ahead.
I got
and
your
ask.
package.
Nicely done. It's really hard to find good help these days. That being said, my luck seems to be turning around. We've gotten a lot of new personnel as of late, not just you. Who knew all I had to do was put up a sign?
Glad it worked out.
As am I. And the best part is, since you're all part-timers, there's no paperwork. Anyway, here's your payment. And if I have any more work for you, I'll let you know.
Okay, nice 110 XP for that. So we want to be doing the quest to start on the faction mission for UC. So I'll bring you back when we're back at mast. Okay, just going to enlist. I agree. And just like usual, registration accepted. We've agreed to something without reading the terms and conditions. So we want to go through the orientation hall because again, this will give a lot of good lore about the Starfield world. So there'll be a lot to listen to.
In 2150, humanity learned the Earth's magnetosphere would collapse sometime in the next half-century, eliminating all life on the planet. Decisive action was required, but the secure transport of an entire civilization would demand a new kind of cooperation, a new kind of courage, and a new kind of union. Thus, in 2159, the United Colonies were formed to make that journey possible. Just 1 year later, the Galileo, the first of many colony ships, touched down here on Jemison, beginning a new era of human history, the age of the United Colonies.
The effort and planning it must have taken to evacuate literally the entire planet. Can you imagine? The logistics alone must have been mind-boggling.
It is a very fascinating thing to think. But again, if there's a disaster like that happens, you will imagine everybody will come together and forget the differences. Okay, next one seems to be here, so let's listen to the next part. Let's turn the light off.
From their foundation, the United Colonies strove to provide all their citizens with opportunity, security, and peace. But there were those among the UC that still wanted something more: independence. So in 2161, the UC issued the Centaurus Proclamation, granting UC citizens the right to settle distant worlds and form their own sovereign powers. It wasn't long before the first new faction, the Free Star Collective, was formally organized in 2188, later followed by House Varun, revealing themselves to the universe in 2230.
The result of the Centaurus Proclamation has always left me torn. So much conflict arose as a result. Was it worth it?
Okay. So now we're going to learn about the House Varun. And these are the people who's got the first DLCs focused around them.
It was only in 2230 that the faction known as House Varun first made contact with the rest of the settled systems. Founded by the passengers of a colony ship that had left New Atlantis and disappeared 4 decades earlier, House Varun was a faction unlike any other. A theocracy dedicated wholly to the beliefs of its isolationist founder, Janan Varun. House Varun initially made overtures of peace towards the rest of the settled systems. They claimed their only intention was to spread the word of their god, the Great Serpent. But none could have guessed that this worship might take the form of a bloody war, the Serpent's Crusade.
Okay, so that gives you some background on the House Varun. Okay, now we can listen about the other faction that mentioned, the Freestar Collective.
The Freestar Collective was initially founded in 2188, when the citizens of Aquila banded together with the pleasure city of Neon in mutual defense. But in 2194, after the deployment of a UC medical star station in orbit around their world, the citizens of Narion also requested to join the collective. The resulting rise in tensions between the Freestar Collective and UC culminated in the settled system's first intergalactic conflict, the Narion War. Despite a decisive victory by the UC, the colonies permitted the citizens of Narion to join the collective, forming the basis for the fiercely independent union that persists to this day.
Okay. And again, we will be meeting these factions or these cities where these are later on. I'll just leave this up on the screen in case you want to read it, because that's just way too much for me to read. Just pause it. Okay. But again, we've just heard the basics over there anyway. So go to the next one, where it gives us the information on the Serpent's Crusade. So that's House Varun.
Beginning in 2240, House Varun forces declared all-out war on the rest of human civilization, initiating the Serpent's Crusade. Over the next 23 years, thousands of Freestar, UC, and independent souls were killed by agents of House Varun in the name of their serpent god. It was only with the death of their founder in 2263 and the succession of his heir Jarek that House Varun finally sued for peace. There remained, however, select members of House Varun who refused to recognize the cessation of hostilities their leaders established. Even after House Varun's mysterious disappearance, these zealots remain a threat to all who encounter them. Their pacification, a goal of all space.
Okay. We're nearly through. I think we just got a couple more exhibitions. So this is about the conflict amongst the stars.
Of the many conflicts between the galaxy's factions, none was more brutal than the recent colony war between the UC and the Freestar Collective. Set off by the unauthorized Freestar colonization of Vesta's Pride in 2308, a direct violation of the Narion Treaty, the colony war spread quickly across the galaxy. Both sides deployed every tool at their disposal. Armadas of warships, mechanized combat platforms, or mechs, even bioengineered alien creatures, the infamous UC xeno-weapons. It was only in 2311 at the Battle of Cheyenne that the scales finally tipped, the Freestar Collective, utilizing their civilian fleet as a human shield, successfully crippled the superior United Colonies Navy. After their shocking victory against the galaxy's greatest navy, the Freestar Collective offered terms of peace, which the colonies, out of an interest in staving off any further human costs, accepted. The galaxy has been rebuilding ever since.
The colony war was a horrible conflict that irreparably wounded the settled systems. There were times I felt that it would never end.
And again, you've got there where the UC said they had the superior force. That's just their propaganda against the making the others seem so bad. If you go to Freestar, they've probably got a similar thing that blames the UC and put them down as the instigators.
Few settled worlds were left untouched by the colony war. But nowhere could the viciousness of modern warfare be seen more clearly than on the Freestar planet of Nira. Initially occupied by invading United Colonies forces as a forward operating position, repeated attempts to take and retake the planet by collective forces led only to devastation. Swaths of the world were transformed into scorched husks, a nightmarish testament to the depths of human ingenuity and human cruelty. And today, Nira remains a continuing reminder to the horrors of unfettered war.
Okay, so those are the mechs that was used in the UC. Again, we saw things similar like this in Aliens movies and other things. And those was the Terramorphs, which were the Xeno weapons, biological weapons.
Just a phase.
No one knows how they move between planets. I wonder if they can grav jump or something.
But yeah, that's quite a nasty beast to face. And this is the last one, the Terra Londinian.
In the midst of the colony war, a different kind of tragedy struck the UC city of Londinian. A newly constructed but critical supply center for the United Colonies war effort, Londinian found itself overrun by one of the galaxy's most mysterious predators, the Terramorph. A rare but pervasive threat to all human-settled worlds, Terramorphs swept over the city, seemingly out of nowhere, on a scale never before seen in recorded history. Valiant efforts by the UC military slowed the onslaught, but the creatures proved unstoppable. Ultimately, the decision was made to destroy the Londinian spaceport, sealing off the city, the outbreak, and its citizenry from the galaxy at large. The tragedy of Londinian is mourned by the UC to this day.
All 4 of my last science papers have been on Terramorphs.
Okay, just a couple of more things left. This is about the armistice, which is the peace treaty what we heard about.
After the devastation wrought by the colony war, the UC and the Freestar Collective came together to ratify a treaty that became known as the Armistice. Both sides agreed to a vast reduction in standing forces, and that xeno-weapons and mech warfare would be outlawed. All related research was sealed away, accessible only in cases of dire emergency. But the Collective had another demand, that the active commanders of the UC military stand trial for their actions. The United Colonies, in the interest of peace and galactic security, agreed. In 2311, 3 United Colonies senior officers were found guilty. Commander Henry Durant, General Indira Rastogi, and Fleet Admiral Francois Sanon, known better as Ve Victus. All were sentenced to death for their actions, bringing the colony war to a close and returning peace to the galaxy at long last.
I was a strong supporter of the armistice. All of the terrible weapons that both sides used against one another. It had to end.
Okay, and over here, you just got a little exhibit about the armistice, about people coming together and locking away all the data, what could be used to make them weapons again. And this is about the Vanguard, which is the UC's defense fleet.
It was into this new world that the Vanguard was born. An official branch of the UC Navy, the Vanguard is the United Colonies Volunteer Fleet, serving a myriad of security, logistical, and reconnaissance roles. And after a sufficient length of service, UC citizenship is guaranteed to every Vanguard member. Open to all captains, regardless of origin, the Vanguard is leading the charge to protect and support the citizens of the United Colonies, wherever in the galaxy they may be.
It's very much in the propaganda of Starship Troopers, we need you sort of thing. And that's one of the UC ships and some of the uniforms they will use. And this is about the citizens of the colony. So basically you've got to join the UC if you ever want to be a citizen. And if you don't, then you're basically a second-class tier citizen.
No one is born a United Colony citizen. Only through service to the UC can one hope to earn one's citizenship. But the UC prides itself on taking care of its people. Cost of living controls mean citizens pay less than their foreign counterparts for needs big and small. All citizens are issued a grant upon joining to get themselves on their feet. And only UC citizens have the opportunity to purchase property, getting the chance to live in one of the most beautiful cities in the settled systems. By joining the Vanguard today, you too can begin earning your place here, in the heart of galactic civilization, as a citizen of the United Colonies.
But yeah, it's a very alien thing to hear that you can't buy any houses unless you're a part of the military and stuff like that. So they do have a bit of a control over the citizens of this nation. And that's what a lot of the ideology between them and the Free Star came from. Because they believe in freedom. And these are just some of the ships. You can build a lot of good ships in this game. Anything you can imagine you can probably build. And most people have probably seen there's lots of Star Trek type ships and Star Wars ships you can build just by the building blocks in the base game. You can get very similar.
Welcome, applicant, to the piloting simulation chamber. Please enter the designated simulation.
I've spent a fair bit of time in simulators just like these. They're startlingly realistic. Have fun.
And this is how you become a UC member. You've got to pass the test in here. There's not much else in this area. There's a few little bits you can steal and stuff, but there's not a lot. Let's speak to this gent. Exam Proctor Samuelson.
Ah, you must be our new applicant. I'm Proctor Samuelson. The simulator's already been prepped. You can head in whenever you're ready.
Can you tell me about this exam?
Of course. You'll be running through a high-realism combat flight simulation, engineered by members of the UC science staff, right here in Mast. Your task is to defeat at least 3 tiers of simulated opponents. Accomplish that and you pass the exam, and can then proceed on to your probationary mission. However, if you defeat more than 3 tiers of enemies, your required enlistment time for citizenship will be reduced, and your enlistment bonus increased. But you're welcome to try as many times as you like before returning to Commander Tuala to proceed on to the next step in your application process. We'll only keep the highest score you manage to achieve in there.
Got any advice on how to do well in there?
While I can't answer that question directly, I will say this. Due to the solitary nature of our work, resourcefulness is a critical tool in any Vanguard pilot's repertoire. You're permitted, even encouraged, to use whatever tool you're able to find in there.
What kind of ship will I be flying in this simulation?
The simulator is designed to be a near-perfect replica of a Class B Deimos hoplite, the United Colony's standard destroyer model. It's been tuned to provide a challenging but fair fight against the enemy squadrons you'll encounter inside.
Piloting isn't my area of expertise. How about you just mark me down as a pass and I'll head out?
Vanguard assignments can often include both space and ground combat. It'd be bad for both you and the United Colonies to not ensure you're adept in both capacities before sending you out on your first real assignment.
Okay.
Good hunting.
No more other options, so let's go straight into the simulator.
This is the Mark 18 Flight Simulation Chamber applicant, currently in orbit around a high-detail recreation of a remote world. When you're ready to begin, please take a seat in the pilot's chair.
Okay, so let's use the computer first. There is debug tools. So if you want, while I'm in the middle of combat, you can use the debug tools to basically get you help in that tier. But the first couple of tiers shouldn't be too hard. The third one can be. And again, we are playing on hard difficulty. So it can be a bit tricky. If you do struggle with this, if you want, you can drop your difficulty of the game down, but I haven't done that.
Defeat as many tiers of opponents as you can before your ship is disabled. You must defeat at least 3 tiers of opponents to pass the exam.
We're not going to grab out, so we don't need that. Let's put a bit extra shields on. Let's give me my lasers, and that's my... Okay. And again, we're fighting level 32. You can use the asteroids as a part of defense.
This is futile.
Oh, I need to get out of here behind an asteroid or something to get my shields back. Again, if you can get behind the ships, it's a lot easier. This is.
All targets eliminated.
Okay.
Progress recorded. Tier 1 reached. Initiating Tier 2.
That was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Okay, like I said, you can use these asteroids to your defense. And there is 2 ships this time, so I can't just do what I was doing the last time. I need to get into some cover. As soon as you can get rid of one, it becomes a lot easier.
Simulation. You've been defeated, applicant. You may initiate a reset of your current tier at the terminal inside the cockpit, or step outside and take a break.
Yeah, that just did not go well at all, and I've got to get for 3 tiers. Like I said, you need to get rid of one as soon as possible before the other one gets in range.
Simulation reset. Prepare for your first opponent.
Okay, I need to take all the grab off because I don't need grab drives in here. Need to focus on that one ship. Okay, we've got rid of one. And then just need to try and get behind this one. Getting your lasers are better for taking out the shields. And then when the shields are taken out, that's when you use your missiles. I'm behind him, so I get a little bit of advantage. Come on, this ship's slow to turn. Okay, that's round 2 done.
All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 2 reached. Initiating Tier 3.
And I will use the help
New
available.
targets active.
I think you have 3 ships on this round. If you do, then I've got no chance. Unless I get some help on this difficulty. Okay, so what? Available for 1. Can I activate all 3?
Shield upgrade active. Damage upgrade active. New ally active.
You can just save all them for round 5, but I'm only interested in doing the round 3, just enough to get this mission done.
Is this your first time flying?
And we have got an ally to be able to take some. Take some of the heat off us just for the moment, and then we can just concentrate on this one ship. Make sure he doesn't regen shields. Okay, he's done. To be quite honest, the allies probably already dead. No, he's still about.
You will regret that.
All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 3 reached.
Congratulations, applicant. You've defeated sufficient opponents to pass the exam. You may now exit the simulator through the hatch to record your current score, or stay and try your hand at the remaining tiers.
Okay, well, we'll try the next tier. I don't think it's going to go very well because we haven't got any of the boosts on this time.
Resuming the examination.
New targets active.
And now we're going up against level 44 ships. But the good thing is we have got an asteroid between us. Get the target lock, I can use my missiles.
Target defeated.
All targets eliminated.
Oh well, we did 4 without any help.
Tier 4 reached. Initiating Tier 5.
Ship's not looking in the best place.
New targets active.
Wow, yeah, I'm going to take all these out. Just need to focus on one. Come on. Yeah, I just can't get a bit away from all the missile fire.
Halting simulation.
Yeah.
You have passed, applicant. You may proceed to the
Well, I got
exit hatch to
level
log
4
your
and I wasn't
results.
expecting that.
Restart the exam from the simulation's control terminal.
Oh, apparently it goes up to level 6. No, I want to exit the simulator.
Congratulations, applicant. You've passed. You can head up to Commander Tuala to receive your final results and your probationary assignment. Or you're welcome to take another run at the simulation if you'd like.
Just need to eat and drink before I do anything else because I've just had them buffs go off. And I've got the debuffs now. That will be fine. And I just need to find anything. Meal pack.
To try and earn a better score.
Okay.
We'll only keep your best run.
Let's go back to Tuala, which apparently we can go out this side this time. There is ways you can cheese that as well by some of your combat skills in your skill tree. You can do a lot of those using that ship combat up there. But I've not done any of that deliberately. I just don't want to cheese it. I want to do it properly. Okay, let's come back to Tuala.
Well, look who's back. Everything go all right with the exam? Or did you have some questions you needed answered first?
I've wrapped up my Politin exam and they told me to come back here.
Ah, so these are your numbers that just came through then. You ready to hear how you did?
I'm game. Cute test, by the way. Nothing like real combat, but cute.
I'll let the techs know you think so highly of their work, and make a note you've got prior combat experience. So, looking at the data? Hit every mural in the orientation hall, huh? A test of preparation and thoroughness. Two traits the Vanguard values highly. Your physiological results are eerily calm. Not a vital spike to be seen. You really know how to keep your cool. Exactly what the Navy's looking for in our recruits. Oh, you found the debug system in the simulator. Nicely done. Curiosity and resourcefulness are skills our recruits need. Now, how'd you do against your foes? Tier 4, not too shabby. The techs make us test each level of the sim too. I can tell you that waiver some real artificial bastards. Good job putting them away.
Hell of a job. I might even let you fly me around sometime.
So then, looking at your results as a whole, and factoring in that you managed to utilize all the tools at your disposal, once you've successfully completed your probationary mission, you could have your UC citizenship after only just 5 years. We've been hounding for some recruits with experience. Says here I can even offer you a bonus along with your signing advance.
Citizenship in 5 years? That's quite impressive. Took me almost 9, thanks to some false starts. You should be proud.
So, sounds to me like we've got Vanguard material on our hands. If you're interested, we could bring you on as a provisional member today. Get you the credits you've earned, then send you out on your probationary mission. First though, all UC service people, provisional or otherwise, are required to swear an oath. So, you want to make this official? Commit yourself to the cause of the colonies?
It's a big decision. John, you're not about to have my compatriot here sign some kind of contract that sells you their grandmother 5 years down the line, are you?
Officer's honor, Sarah. This is honest work for honest credits. So, you ready to do the deed?
I'm ready.
Fantastic. Then just follow me.
And again, the UC missions do have a lot of credits involved. But I'm mainly doing it just so I can get access to the UC weapons on the ships, because those are a lot better. I think it's like the PB-50 or something like that it's called. The Vanguard Obliterator, I think it is. And they only use 2 powerful weapons, so if you can get up to like 12 on your weapon system, you can actually have 6 of those weapons, which is really, really good in the early game. And on the hard difficulty, it's something I am going to need.
Wouldn't be right doing this where we couldn't see the stars. Now, raise your right hand. The motto of the Vanguard is Supra et Ultra, above and beyond. That is where we serve, beyond the furthest reaches of the United Colonies military, and with honor and duty above reproach. Do you swear to protect and defend the citizens of the United Colonies to the best of your abilities, and to uphold the values of the Vanguard, honor, loyalty, self-reliance, in all your actions as a member of the United Colonies Navy?
I do.
Then let me be the first to officially welcome you to the United Colonies Vanguard. Now, only thing left is getting you that probationary mission. And what I've got is comms repair. Group trying to refurb an old colony war processing plant on Tau Ceti 2. Sounds like they'd barely gotten set up when their communications died. Place is as isolated as they come, so Brass wants a Vanguard to deliver the repair suite and ensure anyone present is safe and secure. So, can the people of Tau Ceti 2 count on you?
Let's do this.
That's the spirit. Head down to the spaceport and talk to Crew Chief Harath. He'll get you the repair suite plus your new recruit kit. Oh, and your advance. Give it your all out there. Supra et Ultra.
Okay, and another big load of experience as well. About 3/4 of the way to the next level, which would be... we're level 8, so again, we're only a couple hundred XP from level 9. But I think that's a good place to call it for this episode. We've done a lot. We've rescued Barrett. We've got another milestone in the Sarah Companion missions. We'll probably pick another one up pretty soon because we've done quite a bit and she's liked a lot of our decisions. And we've done the UC, signed up with them, so next time we're going to go out to Tau Ceti 3, I think it was, and do that mission. But hopefully you've enjoyed the episode and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching.